Hey guys, yeah, it's been a while. Um, been just going through things and trying to figure out what's going on with me. Uh, and Tony's been off work for the summer. She's a teacher, so we've been getting some things done around here until the heat hit us, the triple digits. But yeah, so I ended up, my endocrinologist ran some tests, and then they all came back okay. So she referred me to my PC. I have a new PC with primary care, which I haven't seen, and I finally saw her in June. And she wants to start out by taking baseline labs and anything that could affect what I'm feeling, the inflammation, the swelling, uh, the fatigue, uh, the not sleeping through the night, all that stuff. We talked about if everything came out okay. She was also going to check my liver and my heart enzymes. And if everything came out okay, then the next step would be to possibly maybe do a MRI of my head, make sure that there's no little tumor like laying against my pituitary gland, which I have an aunt that happened in, and she had. I have all the symptoms that she has. They're just not as bad. So, uh, she told me 3 steps, so I can't remember, and it's only been since the middle of June. I'm just like, yeah, that's one thing I worry about too is my memory because I can't. I can do long term, but I can't do short term. Sometimes I have issues with that. But anyway, I am better as far as the puffiness. I may look puffy to you, but I'm not puffy like I was. I look like a. You couldn't see my. I mean, you could see my nose, but my cheeks were really swollen. This is from being outside today. This is just allergies, guys. It's. I mean, that's nothing compared to what I was. But I decided to just keep trying to push day by day through it. I get things done around here. We start out real early. I get up between 4 and 5 every morning. I usually crash no later than 8:30 at night. I'll go to bed at 8 to read, and I read one or two chapters and I'm out. There's been a few nights here recently that I have actually been out by 7 o'clock at night. So that's the fatigue and the tiredness that my body feels. All my labs have come out normal so far. I have not seen my doctor as a follow up, but uh, we'll see. We'll see what she says and what she wants to do next. All I know is that I can sit for a few minutes and relax, and I'll be asleep. By 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I am in the recliner, not just because of the pain in my feet. I'm exhausted. No matter what I've done in the morning, I'm exhausted. That's all I can stay awake. And I'll be out for about an hour. And then I go feed and do what I got to do for the evening. And then I hit the bed at 8 o'clock. Try to between 8 and 8:30. But I'm usually out by 8:30. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm 61 and a half. I'll be 62 in December. The only medication I'm on is thyroid, and that's because I have a hypothyroid disease called Hashimoto's. And I am on Inderal, which is a heart or blood pressure medication, I think. But I'm only on 20 milligrams a day. I was on 60, and I was given that for migraines. So I changed my diet a few years back and haven't had migraines. I used to get clusters, so I'd get one like 5 in a week, and it was horrible. So I'm only on that at night, and the reason why I still take that is because I fear get a headache during the night, and that's when I'd always get one is during the night. So I take a allergy. Oh, excuse me. I take a Zyrtec, Allertec, which is generic for Zyrtec, and that's a 24-hour pill. You have to take it. I'm surrounded by almond orchards, and as you can see, this is allergies. uh, anyway, and then I take a 5,000 ICU, I think it's IBU, whatever it is, D3. I was taking a B12, but my B12, she checked it and was over the charts. So I kind of calmed down on that until I see her. And if she wants me to continue to take it, I will. If she doesn't think I need it, I might be getting it through my diet. But yeah, let's talk about diet real quick. So a year ago, October, so it's been almost 2 years now, I changed my diet from uh, fresh vegetable, no processed foods, but fresh vegetables and fruits, juicing, yogurt, that kind of eating. And I changed it because I was putting on weight and I didn't understand why because I really hadn't changed my diet uh, that I thought of. Okay. So I started researching and found the carnivore diet. Now, I am not going to call myself a carnivore because I'm not hardcore like extreme. But I did slowly transition into just meat, animal products only, and basically I've been trying to do an elimination diet. I have not been successful. The longest I've gone is 6 weeks, and then my sugar cravings have kicked in, and I've indulged. What happens to me is I don't have a gallbladder, and so when I try to eat higher fat, and that's what they encourage you to do, so that you don't have the cravings and you're satiated longer. Uh, I'm in the bathroom the whole next day, and that was very hard on me, not just physically but mentally. It just attacked me immediately, and so I backed off some of the fat and I did okay. And I can tolerate cheese, so I found that snacking on cheese that I don't have the sugar cravings. The minute I have something that's sugary, whether it's a piece of fruit because we have a fresh plum tree and I tried it, um, or if it's a donut, they both work the same way on me. I immediately bloat up and I put on a pound the next day. And so if I continue to eat that way for a few days, I'll put on 3 or 4 pounds. So, for example, July 4th, Tony and I went and picked up some fried chicken at the grocery store. And we picked up some red and white blue potato salad. And I picked up some cookies. And we just chilled out that day, vegged out. We were going to be with our animals with the fireworks and everything anyway. Well, I had lunch the next day. I had the leftover chicken and potato salad, and I had a cookie. And then we snapped on some dessert, some ice cream that night. That's right, 4th of July. Uh, so today I weighed and I gained 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I can't remember, 3 or 4 pounds, and I'm bloated, and I can feel it. And I just told Tone, I said, it's an emotional thing for me, and they do help me emotionally at the time. It's just like a drug, or a couple beers. For me, it'd be a 12 pack, but um, it's the same thing. It's an emotional thing, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be perfect, but I'm going to try because I need to get myself see if I can get the 15 pounds I put on for no reason because I wasn't cheating like that. But if I can draw it back down this way, if it goes back down. But even if it doesn't go back down, that's not the issue. I know that some of the inflammation will go down. I know the bloating will go down. I will feel better. I will have something to talk to my doctor about. And she won't have the answer because they're not taught nutrition in med school. But it will let her know what my body does. Because I did tell her that I eat mainly animal products, and then once in a while I treat myself to a sweet. She says everyone needs to treat themselves to a sweet. That's what was her response, and she's Indian, I think. So anyway, uh, yeah, so that's what's going on with me physically. We did implement strength training. I went and ordered a. The first step was I ordered a cheap uh, pull-up bar, little thing that had a bench. It has a place where you can put a bar on it and that. And I did it mainly so Tony and I could stretch our shoulders because we both have had shoulder surgeries. Both of our biceps have been released, but unfortunately, I'm the one who gets the Charlie horses in my bicep. So we decided to go ahead and get weights. So we bought a 300-pound free weight set, Olympic size weight set, and we started that a few weeks ago, and it's done pretty good. We don't pressure ourselves. We don't put we do not schedule what we're going to do and all that. I know I need what muscle groups I need to work. I know many exercises I can do for those muscles. So I put myself on a regimen, a workout regimen, and I do 2 sets of 15, and I do each muscle on 2 sets of one exercise, and then a different exercise for the same muscle, 2 more sets. So I do 4 sets for each muscle group. And the worry I had in the beginning was really bad because I didn't know how much I could grip and hold the free weights because I can only close my hands like that with the issues I have now with my hands and my body. So far, it's been okay. I'm up to 15. I started out at 5 pounds in my hands because I was not sure how my biceps were going to act when I tightened them at the top because charter horses are not fun. But I started out at 5 pounds for a couple weeks. I did shoulders, triceps, and biceps with 5 pounds. We have a trap bar, which is a big, heavy thing, and I didn't put any weight on that in the beginning. And I work out my back with that, and I also work out my legs with that. Chest press, I put the bar on there, and I only started out with 2.5 pounds on each side. The bar is probably 30 pounds, 20 pounds, I can't remember. And that was good. My body did not uh, Charlie horse up. I did not cramp up. And slowly I could feel that my muscles are starting to tone. And yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but yeah, it's, it's a start. But I am up to 20 pounds of weights on the chest press plus the bar, and 20 on the trap, and I'm up to 15 on hand free weights. So far, my hands have been able to hold it because I don't grip it hard. I use my hand just as like the illustration once was a hanger. It's just to hold it up, but your muscle that you're working is what pulls it up. You don't bring it up with your hand or your forearm. You bring it up with your bicep. So this is all bicep that's bringing that up. As you can see how relaxed my hand is, it's all bicep that brings that up. That's how I concentrate and I do slow reps. You can do it with soup cans, whatever. I've told you before, if you want to kind of get a little upper body, do some push ups off your bathroom sink before you go in the shower. Just do 30 of them or do as many as you can. And then just try to get better. But in a few days, you'll start feeling a little bit of tone. You'll see a difference. And you keep that up. Give yourself a break if your muscles are really sore the next day. Give yourself a break. That means you really worked them. But anyway, so yeah, we're implementing that 2 to 3 times a week, depending on how I feel. If I can, because we go out there at 5 in the morning, right when I wake up. If I'm not already awake, I wait for 5 o'clock for Tony, and then I'll go out there. And if she stays in bed, she stays in bed. But I'm working out. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. We'll see what the next step is with the doctor. So far, all the labs have come out okay. Uh, I'm not as bad as I was a few months ago, but I'm still fatigued. I am. I don't. I don't feel myself, and but I don't feel sick. I don't feel like I have a disease or anything. But you know what? If the worst case scenario came down to saying I had something like that, I would deal with it and just take it one day at a time. Because this is my journey, and I want to enjoy life while I can. Because I don't know what's on the other side. I don't know if once you're out and that's it, or if you get to reincarnate, your spirit gets to go into a different body and you have a whole different journey, or if there is a heaven. Um, Even as a kid, I used to ask God, how can you fit all these people up in heaven? Because you look at how long has been living, man, woman has been living, creating, procreating. And I used to question that. And you know what? It doesn't matter. I believe in a higher being because it has saved me emotionally, mentally, and physically. So I do believe in a higher being. I'm not going to label it. And I'm almost taking on the native Indians attitude is God of fire, God of water. They're all the same God, but just handles each thing differently. But and even if we did reincarnate, our spirit goes into a, because I always think people who are crude and weird and mean and evil, they're going to reap what they sow, regardless if it happens while they're alive or somewhere. I just believe that because that can't prevail. You can't do people wrong and then not pay a price for some reason. Do I believe in hell? It's just as much as I believe in a heaven. I don't really know. Man wrote the Bible. you know if you fear going against it, I don't fear. I'm against, let's just say, we were taught, those who are Western Christianity, that Jesus left the Holy Spirit for us to guide us, to help us, to comfort us. And that's what I believe in. I don't believe in all these people getting involved in other people's lives and trying to tell them what to do, throwing the Bible at them when the Bible contradicts itself. And again, it was written by men. So, yeah. So if we are reincarnated, I think to myself, it was hard, but right now I'm very happy. And I want to live as long as I can because I feel like I get it now. And I'm at peace with everything that's happened to me, that I've had to go through. I'm at peace with it. I believe there's a reason for everything, and I would not have wanted to have the mentality that a lot of my family members have. I'm glad I'm different. I'm thankful I'm different because I don't want to be narrow-minded. I don't want to look down on people just because they're different than me. Anyway, I've said enough. So this is me, and I will give an update probably if I see the doctor again. I see my rheumatologist tomorrow, but I'll just check in with you, see how you're all doing, and we'll talk about you next time instead of always about me. All right? Talk to you later. Take it one day at a time and always make your journey as simple as possible.